Hey guys, welcome back. So, man, when writing the review, I was stuck between talking about the tablet itself and just what it's like to use this device as your everyday tablet. But the thing is, it's more than a tablet. It can also be used as essentially a laptop replacer because of Samsung Dex Mode and the keyboard attachment that comes alongside this. So because of that, I decided to split this review into two parts. That way one focuses on one aspect and one on the other. So subscribe right now so you don't miss that second video, and hopefully you guys are gonna enjoy it because I have a lot of things I wanna say in that. So in this video, guys, I wanna talk about the device itself and using it as an actual tablet. So I want to go ahead and start with the specs, but the thing is, there's so many things to say about the specs, so I'm going to put them on screen here for you. You can take a look to see which model I have and what mine has to offer, or rather the S7 Plus has to offer, but I'm going to talk about specific things as I go down my list. But as always, we're going to start off with the design of the tablet. So it's a beautiful tablet, guys. I got the gray one. I forgot the name of this kind of gray that it has. It definitely looks a lot like another tablet that I personally own. just saying. But that's okay. I like when companies borrow the good stuff from each other because they get to take their own turns on stuff. For example, like on the rails here on the side of this tablet, it has like really small grooves. Like you can even feel it with your nails if you were to rub it. But it's that kind of a finish that gave Samsung their own type of finish on this tablet. And guys, I have to say this is such a premium feeling device. Samsung nailed it here. And going around the body, so on the right side here, you have a power button as well as the volume up and down buttons, which both feel very nice in the hand. And if you go down more, you also get the micro SD card slot, so you can put expandable storage up to 1 terabyte if you so choose to do so. On the opposite side here, you have the 3-pin connector. So what that's for is so you can actually attach any attachments that Samsung makes, and for right now it's mainly the keyboard and trackpad attachment, which I'll talk about in my second video. So again, subscribe for that. Now on the bottom you get the USB-C port as well as the grill holes for both the bottom speakers as well as the top, because with this tablet, guys, you get stereo speakers. And combining that with the most beautiful part of this entire package here, which is the Super AMOLED 120 Hz 12.4 inch display, packing the resolution of 2800 by 1752, 287 ppi. And fun fact, you also get a fingerprint sensor under the display if that is something that you like. And I have to say now, the display on this thing is literally the best part. Having this as my media consumption device, which is literally me just watching so much content on here, because it's amazing to watch it. It's amazing to hear the speakers go at work. The color grading and the color reproduction is great. HDR is great. This is literally my favorite part of this device. So this is literally the reason why I bought this as opposed to the Galaxy Tab S7, the regular one. So I gotta say right now, if you're interested in getting a Super AMOLED display on your tablet, you want like the best one that's out there in the market, this is it. Now, another thing I will say about the display is that this is rocking a 16:10 aspect ratio, and then if you looked at something like the iPad Pro, that rocks a 4:3. When I had my original Galaxy Tab S6, my biggest complaint about it was because it was an 11-inch device, I didn't feel that the aspect ratio did it any favors. I actually felt like things felt awkward. I didn't like having two apps open because things just felt very small. But considering that now this is 12.4 inches being offered and we still get the aspect ratio, that was literally the suggestion I had, which was, I even said in the video that I made in the past, was what if they just made it bigger so it accommodates and has more space? And I have to say, in doing so and buying the bigger model, I definitely like this aspect ratio a lot more. I still prefer if I didn't use my tablet as basically my laptop, because that's literally what I do, and used it vertically all the time and never really tilted it too much, I would literally want the 4:3 aspect ratio of the iPad. I prefer it. I think it does help with productivity more, but that doesn't take away from the fact that this is now a really good display. The aspect ratio actually does it a favor now, and I think it's a really nice touch. Now in this device, I am rocking 128 gigabytes of storage as well as 6 gigs of RAM with the Snapdragon 865 Plus. Now, when comparing this to my Galaxy Tab S6, the performance difference between the two, it isn't so huge. Like, it's not gonna make the biggest difference in the world. For when I say everyday tasks, that goes towards apps like Twitter, towards Instagram, towards Facebook. Like, a lot of the things that we do every day doesn't need all the performance that this has to offer. But is it nice, and do you notice it? You do if you're looking for it. I think if anything, it's the 120 Hertz display that I notice even more than like the Snapdragon 865 Plus at work. But I have to say, things are definitely snappier. I love the speed increase that I've gotten from this. I do enjoy having multiple apps open at once, and things do feel a lot smoother. but that doesn't mean that it is all around way better, that you should shell out extra money to get the Snapdragon 865 as opposed to a Snapdragon 855 that you can find over in the Galaxy Tab S6. But another thing that definitely made a huge performance increase that is noticeable and is definitely going to be worth the money is the S Pen. With this, you get 9-millisecond response time to the display. Writing feels amazing. Drawing feels amazing. Like, I didn't think I would care much of the difference because of just how less I use it compared to everything else. But I will say right now, if you are looking for a drawing tablet, if you're looking for a really good writing and drawing experience on a tablet, if you can shell out the money, go here. And there's a lot of apps that you can use to try out the writing and the drawing. You know, for drawing, you have Krita that's now available, Canva, or the other one I enjoy is Infinite Painter. And if you want to do some writing, you can use Note Shelf or just my very simple writing note app that I like, which is Squid. And last but not least, to wrap things up, we're going to talk about the cameras, right? So on the back here, you have a 13 megapixel main shooter as well as a 5 megapixel ultra wide. And look, in terms of the cameras that you get in tablets, I never worry too much because I don't really use my tablets for this. But if you are someone that really wants to know how it looks, how's the videography, or how's video look, or how does photography look, everything's fine, guys. Like, you're getting a really good camera. You can get something that's going to be usable for your social media if that's what you tend to use it for. The only thing that has changed that I will tell you right now is the front-facing camera. So it's no longer on the top of the device the way a lot of tablets do. It is now on the side, and that's because they want you to be able to hold the tablet horizontally for your Zoom calls or any kind of video calls that you make, and it's now dead center on you when you do so. The awkward thing though is now when you go vertically again and use it, you know, as a normal tablet, you're gonna be off-centered now on the camera, so you have to angle it a little differently, or maybe you just take your selfies horizontally. I mean, it's a little give and take at this point with the way that they change things, but at the end of the day, you have cameras that are usable, you have cameras that'll do the job when you need it. Worst case scenario, if this is gonna be your main shooter, you're gonna be fine. But at the end of the day, guys, what really matters is it worth it? Is it worth paying the starting price of $850 for this? And that is a little tricky to answer because here's the thing. I'm talking right now as purely a tablet. And when it comes to using this as a tablet for just going through your social medias the way a lot of people do, taking your occasional photo, checking your Twitter, go ahead and messaging somebody either on Slack or on something like Google Hangouts. The very necessities that a lot of people use their tablets for is easily covered, and you don't need this much performance in it to do so. You can get something like the smaller version, the Galaxy Tab S7, equally gonna be just as good, if anything. You're not gonna get the Super AMOLED display though, but the thing is, you're still getting the Snapdragon 865, 6 gigs of RAM, and at the end of the day, it's gonna perform very well in an 11-inch package instead of 12.4 inches. But if you wanna save even more money, you can go with the Galaxy Tab S6. I mean, that's gonna run you just fine as well. I never would have given mine up if I didn't need to trade it in order to get this one. So at the end of the day, is it worth the money? The money is gonna be up to you. I would say it's overkill. Is it worth it? Sure. Do I recommend it? Not necessarily. I think you can still get the lower model and save yourself some money or get the Tab S6. But if you are a professional and you're using this as a laptop, or you want to draw on it professionally, or if you're like me and use this as your pure everyday laptop for all your work, then it's worth the money. Still a little iffy on that, but it's still worth the money. And I want you to watch my second part review to this because that is where I'm going to talk about Samsung Dex, my keyboard attachment, and a lot of the critiques I have because, man, it is still not perfect, but it's still usable. So that's gonna be it for now, guys. It's gonna be up to you. I still recommend checking out the Galaxy Tab S7 if you can, or worst case scenario, the S6, but it's gonna be your choice. So thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you have anything to say, leave it down in the comment section because I always appreciate any feedback or just having conversations with you guys. If you like this video, please give this video a like so that YouTube algorithm knows that I'm doing some good work and would like more people to watch. If you are new, feel free to subscribe right now for any future videos, which, as you already know, I have definitely one coming right after this. And then at the end of the day, guys, be safe, stay clean, make good decisions, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.